to the Birdies and Bourbon Show. Dan, here's what I got for you. For those of you that are only listening and you're not watching us on YouTube, you missed my my ode to Tom Kim.
That's right.
And I know this shirt is authentic because it was given to me by an authentic Korean person. But bona fide. Yeah, I mean, hey man, what more before we get started though, if you're not subscribed to the show, you should be. Leave a 5-star review, leave a comment. I don't know, Dan, maybe we'll find somebody that leaves a comment. We'll send them something, maybe a sample, maybe a glass,
cock trophy.
Maybe a trophy that represents a large male fowl. Yeah, could be. Stranger things have happened. Dan, Tom Kim is, and if you're following us on Instagram at birdies_bourbon, you already saw my comment. I didn't get too much hate mail over this, but is Tom Kim Anthony Kim reincarnated? I mean, you got the picture with Tom Kim. He's standing there beside Tiger. What is he like in his past, 6-8 outings? He's already won twice. I don't know what else to say other than, well, I do know what to say. If you would have been listening to the show and you would have been paying attention, you would have put money down on Tom Kim at the Shriners Championship. And just like us, you would have hit at plus 2,500, which, no matter what you throw down, I mean, you're going to catch a little coin on that. So yeah, I don't know. Thoughts on Tom Kim, Dan?
Well, some people call him Tom Kim, but on this show we call him Tommy Ice.
Ooh, you digging it in early, are you? Would you be referencing the Iceman? Did he just get mavericked? Did he get
Maverick? They were inverted.
They were, yeah. It's like keeping up foreign relations, and it's what does one say to the other? Yeah, I mean, how like a Cantlay was just pounding fairways. Oh, I mean, I was like, well, shit, here you go. It's Cantlay's to lose. And indeed, it was Cantlay's to. However, I wouldn't go so far to say as Tom Kim didn't win that. I mean, he's out. Did you see him shit talking a little bit coming down the fairway?
Yeah.
And like, even when you got X-Man and the Iceman paired up in these, the President's Cup, Ryder Cup, or the any pairings where they're playing together, like you don't even see those guys like talking that much, right? And I think Xander probably isn't against it. I think it's Cantlay that's like, yeah, I'm here to play golf and don't talk to me. And Tom Kim is just chatting him up, man. And I hope that he continues down this path. I mean, they talk about good for golf. I don't know if it's going to be good for the PGA Tour or good for LIV. We'll see who's got deeper pockets and who's more committed. But at this point, I mean, you got 2 wins and you haven't even played a complete PGA Tour season yet. I'm thinking I'm sticking around, and I mean, he's won in pretty competitive fields in the 2 wins. Looked good throughout the playoffs. I don't playoffs. I don't know. What do you? Ooh, we got to don't let me forget. We got to talk a little baseball too at the end. We'll talk it at the end. Nobody wants to hear baseball shitting about bourbon and golf show.
I mean, he's off to a killer start. Who's the last guy that's kind of had this kind of start? Does he have the star power? I mean, how long till he goes to LIV?
He's got a lot of energy. I can tell you that. And I mean, at plus 2,500, I said, shit, ride the hot hand. Let's see what we got. I didn't think he would be coming off of a President's Cup hangover, so I felt pretty confident about that. So yeah, I feel like, I don't know, what are we going to do with Tom Kim this week? We'll get there when we get to the Zozo, but what are we going to do with it? What are we going to, when is it time to unbag Tom Kim and when's he your one and done?
Yeah, that's a good point. Now, we did talk about him going into the President's Cup that he could have that Scheffler kind of lift, right? Like he could have a great President's Cup, which he did come out of that thing. And then he's just the new man, like Scheffler coming out of the Ryder Cup going into the season this year. And then he had all those wins and won the Masters and all that kind of stuff. So we were kind of on this early with that, but yeah, I mean, insane. I mean,
I don't even, I'm just watching this and I'm like, holy shit, this is really happening.
yeah.
I mean, this is the second time he's beat Patrick Cantlay. Second time.
Oof.
And the first time he won the tournament. And the second time that he beat him, he didn't beat him I mean, I guess you could look at it as a matchup or a head to head, but it was for to win the golf tournament, a tournament that Cantlay's already won before, and Cantlay pulls it. Well, he didn't pull it. I mean, he sprays it left under. Oh, so here's what I want to know.
Yeah.
So he sprays it. He pulls it left. It's under the shrub. It's in the desert, and it's like, hey, the one place you can't miss here is you can't miss in the desert, right? You can miss in the rough, not a problem. Don't miss in the desert. Sure enough, finds itself under a bush. So Cantlay's got a choice now, and I think they're tied at that point on 18 tee shot. I think they're tied. So Cantlay pulls it. Tom Kim's right in the what'd you say we called him? What do we call him on the show?
Tommy Ice.
Oh, Tommy Ice. Tommy Ice just peppers one right down Broadway, sitting pretty, just nice and smooth. Cantlay's over here talking to his caddy, and it's like, what am I going to do? So he could take a drop, or well, let me rephrase it. He could take an unplayable, and so there's a penalty stroke, and then you're going to hit the ball, so that's your third shot. Or you do what he did, and you play it as it lies, and you wind up kind of screwed, right? So is there? What do you think? What do you do in that situation? Not you as the amateur golfer. Let's envision for a moment that you're actually somewhat competitive on the golf course. I know it's far-fetched.
Take the safer shot.
So you think you take the relief. Well, I'm sorry, not relief. You take the unplayable and you take the stroke.
Mm-hmm. I think so.
It's interesting. Yeah, I don't know which one you do. I mean, if it's me and I'm out there hacking around, I mean, shit, I'll probably just try and hack. I mean, I'll just try.
Oh.
Now, I don't know that I'm necessarily, because I mean, he was like swinging at that thing. I thought that he was just kind of coming out. He was trying to come out. He was just going to pitch out in the fairway, which, okay, well, now you've pitched out in the fairway and you're still hitting three. So I don't, the other side of that is that if he took the unplayable, he would have had to have dropped it in the desert. So he didn't get to go back. He's going to get some club links, right, to kind of move it around. So you still probably don't wind up with a great shot, which is what he kind of wound up with. And, he hits it in the water and there he foregoes second place. But I think if you do take the unplayable and get yourself in a more manageable position, I don't know. I'm not a professional golfer. I'm really not a professional anything.
You don't see Cantlay do that very often, like that kind of meltdown like that.
No, you do. No, he's a closer.
Kind of like a Spieth kind of meltdown, right?
Cantlay is a closer. Cantlay, it's like you wind up kind of ball striking your way into a playoff after the 72nd hole. And it's like, oh shit, who am I to play off with? And it's like, oh yeah, Cantlay. It's like, it's like, I mean, because he's coming at you, right? And he's going to be aggressive about it. So,
why did you think Xander played last week?
I didn't see Xander playing last week.
No, I said, why don't you think he played? Why don't you think? Why did he play? He lives there.
Well, so I got a couple thoughts on that. Is one, the Zozo is being held in Tokyo, Japan this year, just outside of there.
Wheels up.
Xander, well, because I mean, the last time they had the Olympics in Japan, who was the gold medalist in golf?
Okay.
So
they got to stay at his house while he was gone.
Well, who was at the house? like was the house vacant, or were there other?
Oh, Maybe he dog sat for him.
He could have dog sat. He could have been tired. Maybe he let him have, like the spicy egg roll or something. And he was up all night with the dog, had a little case of the scours there. And I don't know, anything could happen.
Problem solved. Now we know what happened.
Exactly. I mean, it's kind of like going to Napa and going to visit Thomas Keller the night before the golf tournament starts. It's like, this ain't going to end well.
No. Good stuff.
By the way, I'm sipping on this Resurgence Rye.
Oh, yeah.
From ASW. Yeah, it's picked from my friend's bottle shop. Holy shit, is this thing good, man. It is like this chocolate cocoa powder, this green pepper, maybe a little jalapeno. Damn, I don't know. You may have to run the back half of the show. I don't know if I'll be able to talk.
Good. They make really good stuff. We need to get them back on the show.
I know Witsky. We got to get something scheduled, man. We're supposed to record at ASW actually. So in the founders room, I don't know what the founders room is. I've never been a founder of anything, but I'm looking forward to finding out what it is.
Awesome.
What did we miss about that? That was, so for what I thought was going to be like okay tournament. I mean, that was like Tom Kim winning, like this new blood winning the tournament. I think it's kind of reviving and bringing, I shouldn't say reviving. I think it's bringing a different level of energy to what should be an off season right now and an off week in golf. I was excited to see Tom Kim win. I think that's great.
You asked about this last week and we had some predictions out there, but so far this season, have we had more tournaments in a playoff than not a playoff? Or... No.
So no, we had not yet.
Not yet.
But I think it's coming. I think this year, I think it's going to be the same thing, man. I mean,
more playoffs than not.
Right. So I don't know. I'm going to have to go check out the book and see if are they throwing out odds for a playoff? Because if they are, I mean, I think if you bet it more often than not, I don't know. I think you can kind of pick and choose, right? So that would be a good stat to look at historically. What tournaments, maybe not tournaments, historically, what golf courses have had the highest percentage of playoffs?
Yeah.
Like Augusta, right? It's in today's time, not uncommon for a playoff at Augusta, right? I mean, there's, I don't know, I would say 40% take on that one. I could be way off, but it's definitely higher than 10. Yeah, I guess it depends on if we pick the right number of years, we can probably get that number of whatever we want. So, anything else about the Shrine other than the Shriners are doing great things for kids? And, if you don't support the Shriners, I don't know. Do you love Jesus? Who knows? I mean, you should support the Shriners. Great people.
Great tournament.
Great.
I think my favorite tournament of the year is probably St. Jude for that kind of, right?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
But Shriners is up there.
Yeah.
Probably could use a better trophy though.
Oh, I mean, you got to get the Fez. You get the Shriners Fez is the trophy. You get like a bronzed Fez, or I don't know, whatever color you want to make it. And you don't give them a felt one. I should have worn my Fez last week. Actually, I had a relative that was a Shriner. I think I was. Maybe I shouldn't say this. Maybe I shouldn't say that. But I'm going to go ahead and say it.
Okay, you first.
So I had a relative that was a Shriner, and he passed away. And I got gifted. What do you when you die? What do you bequeath? Willed. I got willed his Fez because I was always just enamored by that. But I guess I don't wear it because I think it's bad luck if you wear it and you're not a Shriner, or if a Shriner sees you with it and they give you the secret handshake and you don't give it back, you've got it on, they're going to whip your ass kind of thing. So I don't wear it, but I do have it. Got it stored.
I would bet playoff for Shriners most of the years, but wasn't it 2 years ago they had a big playoff with Matt Wolf and Cantlay and all? Was it Cantlay in that too? I think he was in that too, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else on Shriners before we move on?
No, it was fun. Good week. I do miss a little bit of the back-to-back Vegas stuff. It was kind of fun for a couple of years, but yeah, good.
Well, we'll talk about that when we get to the Zozo, because the little bit of the chat. Yeah. But it did happen 2 years ago. It happened. It's not going to happen this year because I think next week we're heading back to Vegas. Right, for the CJ Cup. Isn't the CJ Cup in Vegas? I think it is.
I don't know. They might have moved it.
I don't think they moved it.
Let's take a look.
I don't think they moved it. I mean, they could have moved it. They could do whatever they want, really. Let's see. Hitting Greens told me that he was going to be, it's at Congaree. So indeed it has been relocated.
Okay.
This is going to be in South Carolina. Ooh, we may need to look at paying them.
Congaree is near Charleston?
Yeah, ish. Yeah, it's kind of down in that direction. Yeah. What did they had what did Phil win? He won the he won the PGA Championship. I think that was where they held the PGA Championship at in 2020.
Kiowa. They had Kiowa. They did Congaree. They did a World Golf or something at Congaree. It was the one that the South African one.
Phil didn't win it. Phil did not win at Kiowa.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe he did. Never mind. I'm thinking about it.
He won Kiowa, but then they played Congaree. I think it was Gary Higo won there.
Oh, Higo. Yeah. Okay. What's that? Yeah, I don't. Okay, I'm with you.
It's between Higo and Chesson Hadley.
Yeah. All right. I'm back on the same page. Back on the same page here. You see, when you don't give me the show notes, what am I supposed to do? All right. So DJ Dustin Johnson. Did you hear his tribute to Pauletta today about I didn't either, but basically what I took from it is see, I told you this was going to be a good idea. Here's $18 million. Now, I don't know that either of them need $18 million, but you know what doesn't hurt to have in your bank account?
$18 million.
I mean, if you got an extra 18 laying around, I mean, if you got an extra 1.8 laying around, you can push it my way. I mean, I'm good with that.
A lot of money. It's like he just won the FedEx Cup.
Well, he did win the LIV Cup. He won he won the individual player of the year. He closed in on that. So he is the individual player of the year because this week they're going to be playing in Saudi Arabia, oddly enough, at a golf course, at a golf tournament with a prince signing a check that probably also signed the same check that supports the LIV Tour that Tiger Woods and Xander Schauffele and Cantlay. I mean, the list goes on and on of PGA Tour players that have played in what I'll say the equivalent of this tournament in Saudi Arabia. So I think it's a little bit it's a little odd in how things are going with LIV. I mean, it's not odd how they're going with LIV, that's for sure. But the fact that that LIV is going to be playing at the Jedediah, and many PGA Tour professionals have received appearance fees to show up and play this golf tournament. The Prince, stand right beside the Prince. That's a smile for the camp, smile for the bitey. So I don't know. It's we'll get there eventually. Where I do want to get to. You got anything to add about DJ or Paulina for that matter?
Well, I mean, not many tournaments played for $18 million. He's definitely happy today. And like you said, I mean, you got the green jacket, you can go play Augusta, and I mean,
we were talking about that off air before we came on, and yeah, I mean, it's you think about it, and it's like, okay, if you're I don't know, the kid from Oklahoma that just won this past weekend, you probably got a lot of stuff you want to do in your golf career and future. I mean, if you're any professional golfer and you said, hey, what one major would you like to have? Would you like to be able to play every year, anytime that you're available? What major do you think that would be?
Masters.
I agree, and I'm not discounting any of the other three, because I think they're all three unique. I think they're invaluable to the slam and what kind of goes on. But if it's like, okay, you can only play one, but you're going to get to play one, here you go. I mean, I too agree that that's the one. It is Augusta now. It is the Masters, and that's the one that you would want to play. So what you're telling me is I can go make $18 million potentially, allegedly. And I don't know what his contract was, 180, 140. I did something weird. So I don't actually know if he got that 18 million, like on top of what he got for his contract. But what I do know is if $18 million existed on a contract, and it did, and there were a lot of zeros behind it, he didn't owe that back to anybody. That's his earned done. So I'm thinking of this as like, it's because it's the Saudi trust or whatever, right? And I'm thinking of this thing as like an annuity and a trust, and nobody got $200 million. But what they did get is they got a kitty over here. They got an investment. They have an equity share in the Saudi, whatever the thing's called, right? And when you get your 18 million, I think that 18 million now comes out, his 18 million comes out of that investment. Now you may have to push it over into another one, but I don't know, hypo the shit out of it and leverage it and, move on. I mean, what do you do, man? I mean, it's $18 million. Come on.
Yeah, and I mean, yeah, like you said.
How do you feel about a new boat?
A new boat. Yeah. Interesting stuff. Good for DJ. Good for LIV. They have not gotten their OWGR points yet. I know they're all PO'd about that.
Everything kind of keeps unfolding. Like everything, like the onset of this worked out really well. It was kind of like storming. When Kennedy said he's going to go down and he's going to take over Cuba. And, and he storms the beaches, right? He's they're coming in and here we are. And everything works out really well until you get up in the mountains, and then it doesn't really go that well. And then you're like, shit, we better get out of here. Mm-hmm. I feel like LIV's kind of teetering on that vein, because I think I think a lot of the players that are not grandfathered into the majors based on current OWGR or recent wins, etc. I think that's going to be a little bit of a rub, right? I mean, how do you keep some of these folks that have come over? They got the kid that won this weekend. I mean, how do you keep 22 years old, I think, right? And a stud from Oklahoma. And how do you keep him out there, and how do you keep him interested? Because he could easily pull out. I mean, I don't know contractually, I don't know what it says, but I think that it could be he leaves and he goes and says, "Hey, PGA Tour, I was young. I didn't know what I was doing. Isn't it world? What's the world today? Like World Mental Awareness Day, Mental Health Awareness Day. It's like, hey, the pressure, I had to make a decision, and I got me too, basically, is what he can say. And I think the PGA Tour, sure, come on in. We'll help you. We'll foster this, and we'll get you to a good spot. I don't know. That was a lot about something, but maybe not anything. So where do you want to go next?
Did you watch Justin Thomas on Jimmy Fallon?
Were you more impressed by his outfit or the words that were coming out of his mouth?
Overall impressions, I thought he came across good, right? I mean, I think good for the tour, good for him. Not a whole lot of substance, right? I mean, it was just kind of like it was just a giggle, right?
No, it was a fart in the wind, man. I mean, he was there. There was a little chit chat. Of course, he had to bring up Jordan Spieth, which Spieth has been on Fallon before, and was absolutely more entertaining, just in the sense that like Spieth doesn't seem like a D-bag, and when you got the Fonz up there. Right. When you got who do you look like? There was a golfer recently that kind of grew some scruff out and had a leather jacket on and had the shirt. Who was that? The sneakers.
Old Phil. Well, Phil didn't have sneakers, but Phil had the leather jacket and his kind of look. And I'm thinking JT had a lot of Phil going on with this appearance, with the outfit, right? With the leather jacket and the street clothes and the shoes. And I'm like, just wear a suit, dude. Just wear a suit.
Okay, so here's my takeaway. And again, if you're just listening to this, you won't be. I'll try to describe it for you. So here's my one takeaway. Professional golfer on the left, professional talk show host on the right. Is that fair? Can I say that?
Yep.
Okay. So look at their lead foot. Lead foot.
Yep.
Look at JT.
Yep.
And JT, he's still got bend in the knee. But his foot is still somewhat parallel to his back foot. Look at Fallon. Both feet are, I shouldn't have said his feet were perpendicular. Fallon's feet are parallel with each other, almost exactly parallel with each other. I think that's a really interesting visual that I didn't look at as I was watching it, but now that I see it still on here, I got to remember that. I think that's what's wrong with my golf swing.
The JT, how he's still a little closed, and yeah.
It's closed. Yeah, he didn't spin out. That must be what Madamski was giving me shit. They were on a live today talking about the drop that was happening for down with the Brown at Sweetens, and I don't know. We may need him back on because I got some questions for him. Exactly what did he mean when he said, "Do you ever make any birdies?" I got questions. Now, one, I want to know. When did he see me not make a birdie? And two, I want to know who's been talking shit.
Do you think FootJoy's gonna have a problem with this video or this?
Well, I don't think FootJoy makes athletic sneakers.
He's got a golf club in his hand.
He could have had the glove on. He definitely could have had the glove on.
No, I'm just saying. I think who got in trouble? Was it Keegan Bradley? I think Keegan Bradley was doing a photo shoot back in the day.
Keegan Bradley got in a fight with the most interesting man in golf.
Oh, I know, but he was doing a photo shoot for a magazine, and he had like a golf club in his hand, but he was wearing like tennis shoes or something. And I think it was a FootJoy or somebody like that fined him or something because he didn't have the right shoes on, even because he had a golf club in his hand.
No, probably that's probably when he had to leave and go to Travis Mathis.
Yeah,
or Matthews. Mathis, Travis Mathis. Yeah,
something like that. Yeah,
Well, I mean, yeah, if you're gonna get like kicked off the thing, at least go like for assless chaps or something. I mean, like let's be risque here. I mean,
I think JT will be fine. I probably would have suited up for it though.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. Yeah, well, he said he's
wrong with the suit, right?
He said during the interview he had flown there from Chicago, so I mean maybe could have been a delay. There've been a lot of delays at the airlines. You think he flies? Think he's like walking through the terminal, flying Delta?
No,
I don't either. So you really can't use there was a flight delay.
No, I think it's a net jet over there.
Yeah. Or Wheels Up. He may be a Wheels Up guy. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a fun appearance. Good for him. I enjoyed seeing him on there. Loved spreading the word with golf, and yeah, good for him.
I think the biggest news outside of not that the Shriners was big news. I think it's no OWGR points for the LIV guys. I think that and you got all these people backing out of the lawsuit. Hey, remove my name from the lawsuit.
Well, that's like the Elon Musk thing, right? They don't want to go on the stand because
I get it.
You're going to dig in their stuff. It's not about not supporting the cause. It's about you're not needed. We got this kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like Lefty saying, clearly you've heard about accusations. I don't. I got this squashed. I don't need them looking into this thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. Okay, so what else do you have?
That's it. That's all the golf news this week. We covered it all. It was LIV and JT and Tommy Ice.
Okay, so I'm going to start doing a recap of the optimal lineup from the previous week's golf tournament. Should we do that, or should we do that now or after a refill?
Go ahead, do it now, and then we'll do a refill, and then we'll go back to
optimal lineups for the Shriners Championship. Tom Kim. Well, so I'm going to give you a few. I'll give you the top. I'll give you the top 8. And out of those 8, you can kind of pick. So you got Tom Kim, Patrick Cantlay, Hoge, Neesmith, Mito. This is going to be a fun one. I'm only going to give you 6, by the way. Sungjae Kim. Don't ask me to say that again. And Siwoo Kim. So the Kim pairings. Now, the only person, if you pull Cantlay out of that, that works out perfect, and it's $49,800. Tom Kim, chalk. Cantlay, if you kept him in, you could you'd have to maneuver around a little bit. Cantlay, chalk. Hoge, he was, I think, $9,000 last week, so a little chalky there. Neesmith, yes. Mito, chalky. Siwoo, chalky. I think the only one that really wasn't was Sungjae Kim. How'd I do that time? Same as the last. Yeah. I think he's like the least chalkiest up there, but they easily fit in the $50,000 cap on DraftKings. And yeah, I think where we're looking at, ownership, and we're considering, who's chalk and who's not, and go contrarian. I think I'll just start splitting fucking pots with people. Like, what's proved us wrong thus far that says stop eating the chalk?
No. Yeah.
New times. Live has changed things.
Yes, it has.
All right, let's get a refill, and let's come back and break down the Zozo. Cheers.
Cheers.
Refills are here. By the way, I'm sipping on a little Resurgence Rye from ASW in Atlanta. It's a pick from my friend's Bottle Shop. It's both. It's the name of the thing. And I mean, I consider them friends. I saw maybe I saw Hunter in there today. Maybe I didn't. Okay, Dan. I should have done a wardrobe change, because I don't know if this shirt's gonna fly. I don't know. I mean, personally, maybe I'd have I have immediate access to a resource that's very familiar with Korea. They may not be familiar with Japan, or even welcomed. I don't know. But we're going to find out this week, because we're heading to, I think it's right outside of Tokyo. It's Narashino Country Club. It's the Zozo Championship. And what's going to be unique about this event? It's the third time it's been hosted. It's the third time. And in I'll try not to screw this up. In 2019, you had winner Tiger Woods beating Hideki Matsuyama. 2020, this was in California. Patrick Cantlay won the golf tournament. And now we're back at Narashino Country Club. Well, before we get back, in 2021, you've got Hideki Matsuyama. So you got Decky with a first and a second, both times that he's been in an outing here at the Zozo Championship. I think it's going to be kind of fun. It's a no-cut event. I believe there's 78 players that are going to get invited. We're going to see a lot of new names, a lot of fresh faces. But before we do that, it's going to play as a par 70, 7,079 yards. I guess the unique thing, if you will, and they did it the last time they were here, is every hole has two green complexes. They've got a bent grass complex and they've got a Bermuda complex. And last year they switched it up, meaning today, if you played I don't know, I didn't look the holes up, but if you played number one today and you played it on bent, well, when you tee off on number one tomorrow, you may be playing the Bermuda. They didn't do it on every hole. They did it on a few. The one thing that's a little, it's unique, that if you hit your ball to the green that you're not playing, you're going to get relief and you get a free drop. So because you really can't putt across greens. It's not, I wouldn't say true link style. It's kind of more Asian style. Mm-hmm. And you get a free drop because they don't want you chipping on the green, because it's going to screw the green up and there could be a lot of chips on the green. They don't want you, taking divots out of that thing. So, so that's kind of where we are.
So we talked a minute ago about, JT with his wardrobe on Fallon. What do you think about Xander? I heard he was going to be wearing the medal for all of his practice rounds.
I mean, I think I'd call that a training. I'd call it a swing aid, and it's probably illegal. He better only have it
illegal.
Yeah, I mean, it's like a training aid. training aid. No, but I think Xander's probably over there doing the tour, man. He's glad handing and and he's he's the most recent golf gold medalist that was won down the street, which is a great course comparison to Narashino. So, and that was at the Olympics, by the way. If you want to look at the course comparison, listen to this, Dan. I hope this is impressive. The course. Can you name the course that they played the Olympics at?
No.
Kasumagaseki. How'd I do?
Is that a George Clooney course?
You never know. You never know. As it comes to course comps, though, for Narashino, obviously Kasumagaseki course comp just down the street, similar setup, same double greens. TPC River Highlands is a good one. And when I think about the two people that have won here most recently, and one of them outside of a win, he came in second, is one Tiger Woods and one Hideki Matsuyama. What major do they have in common, Dan?
Oh, yeah.
What major did they win? And I think you absolutely. So I may be early on my Sungjae Im bet, but I think if you look at people, and Will Zalatoris, who's played well at the Masters, which we haven't seen him in a while. What do you think? When are we going to see Willie Z again?
We talked about this a couple of weeks ago, I guess, when he had the injury of the back, right? Yeah. So I don't know. We don't know how serious it is.
Yeah.
If I were him, I'd be taking some downtime too. It's kind of that off season. Don't push if you don't need to.
No, take your own off season. You just want a major, and so here you go. Moving on. Maybe you didn't. Yeah, maybe you did.
No.
No, but he did have a win. He had a win. So I think you got to really look at. I think you could look at Eastlake a little bit, which is probably why Xander's favored the most here. Or he's favored over everybody else in the field. I think you got to take a hard look at who plays well at Augusta.
Okay.
And who has experience at Augusta. What else is to be known here? There's 3 par 5s. Got some long par 4s. You got 4 par 3s, 5 par 3s. We're not pulling the scorecard up. We're not worried about that. We're gonna get to the players, but I don't know. Anything else, Dan, to mention? Okay, so let me mention this. So if you play Prize Picks, Prize Picks is going to give you, it's like most greens hit, most fairways hit, etc. There are only 13 fairways to hit at the Zozo. So take it as you will. That being said, I think the least important category is going to be fairways hit here. I think it's going to favor, I think it's, bombs away. I think the rough is not going to be all that penal. The greens are going to be a little bit challenging, but again, I think it's par 3 scoring. I think it's who's hitting their long irons really well, or if you're a bomber and your short game's good, I think you got something there. So that's kind of what I'm looking at, what I'm considering. But a lot of what I'm going to look at here, Dan, I don't know about you, but I'm going to be looking at recent form. Like how what have you done for me lately? That's what I want.
Recent form and approach.
Absolutely. What else we got? We ready to get into our friends over at Fantasy National?
Yep.
Okay. I know where I'm going to start. However, the elite field here, I think this may be a tournament where I don't even look at percentage owned in the elite field. I think based on what we've seen over the past few weeks, I think you got to go with one of these guys. Let me throw a couple out. Hideki obviously has, he likes the course. I mean, he lost to Tiger and he won it last year. So I don't know how you get away from him. The other guy that really, really sticks out to me here is Sungjae Im. He ranks number one in the model, 7th, T2, T15, 12th, T2. I mean, I don't know. How do you get away from Sungjae here?
You can't. He played well. He played well last week.
I mean, he's gaining strokes on the field, tee to green. He's gaining off the tee. He's gaining on approach. Putting's good. Yeah, I think, and I think that whole Tom Kim thing, I think it's kind of razzing him up a little bit. I think he's like, well, wait a minute. I'm supposed to be the guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I can see that being a little bit of building a little fire under Sungjae's ass. I think Tom Kim is bringing I think he's bringing some energy that Sungjae just never had. I mean, because Sungjae spent it all on the golf course, but yeah. So, okay. So let me ask this. Is this like a sleeper Morikawa play here? Is this like let's just go ahead and do it?
I don't know. I mean, we talked about Morikawa last year with the swing change late in the last season, but with the swing change late in the year, but then he had a pretty good couple, St. Jude, he was 5th, and then 44th at the BMW, 21st at Tour Championship, which is not good. I am not going Morikawa. I am going Sungjae or Xander here. I'm not going Hideki. I don't know how healthy Hideki is.
Nor do I. I don't know how healthy he is either. However, just the course history just says, I mean, it should be a thing. It says it absolutely should be a thing for Hideki Matsuyama. Okay. So let's see. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm starting with I think I started with Sungjae up here also.
Yep.
I think that's where I start. Okay, $9,000 range.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Scotty J. Kim.
Is it Tommy Ice? Tommy Ice. Is it too much to believe? Do you ever watch the show? You ever watch any of those dragon series? Right. Mm-hmm. The dragon stuff. Okay. Well, I mean, the dragon figurines and all this shit existed well before any of these TV even existed. There were dragon figurines. Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't know. I think it's like just absolutely ridiculous to think that there was a fucking dragon flying around up in the sky, spraying fire on people and all this stuff. Is it absolutely ridiculous to think that that Tommy Ice could go back-to-back wins?
Man, on opposite sides of the planet, that's tough. That's real tough. Coming from, and he's in Vegas, he wins. I mean, it's a lot. That's a lot there. I'm yeah. I'm going to play him, but I'm not going to go super heavy on him because I just don't. With last week and having to fly like that, it's gonna be rough.
He ranks Model 2. I would venture to say that he didn't take the Sungjae route and he probably flew private. I would hope so, at least. Whoever his handlers are took care of this, and it's like give that man some get him some Tylenol PM and scratch that. Double down on the Ambien, put that man out, and we'll be good when we get to Tokyo.
So what do you think about Golf Jesus here?
So he ranks model ranks 7th. I'm not against it. I mean, I think it's so here's some of so I may lean. This is where I might start getting into like the questionables, where I might start look at how can I differentiate myself. So I think I'm going to go heavy on some of the chalk, and Tommy Fleetwood at 15% today is probably going to get heavier. By the way, this is going to tee off Wednesday at like 7 or 8 o'clock Eastern time, PM, not Thursday, no matter what DraftKings says. So just be aware, get your lineups in or your bets in prior to Wednesday evening. But so, I mean,
What
I think
happened to
it's
BMW? Do you remember what happened to him in BMW? It says,
no.
remember.
Mm-mm.
Mm.
I don't remember, but hold on. I do want to look at something. Let's look at tournament history for Fleetwood. Fleetwood Mac. Where you at, Fleetwood Mac? Let me see what you got. Fleetwood Mac. Okay, T7 last year. We can chalk 21 at T57. That was in California, and T22 in 2020. So from a course history standpoint, I mean, I like it just fine. Let's see what Fairway Jesus is doing. Last 5 rounds, we're looking at 4.5 strokes gain, 2.8, 2.4 an approach. Last 10. I mean, tee to green, he's averaging 2.5 strokes on the field. So yeah, I think Fleetwood's somewhere that I could lean into that now that I've looked at it a little farther. I think that's at 15%. I don't know. It's one of those I'll have to kind of stew on it. And I think there are other options and other hot hands that I've seen that I've witnessed.
Where are you going next?
I don't know. It may be well, hold on. I'm still looking at the fairway. Jesus. Okay, I'm back in action. I don't know. What do you want? You go next. I don't want to go next.
Cameron Young, model ranked 5th, $9,300, 12.3% projected ownership. An approach 45th, off the tee first, putting 45th, 19th at the Tour Championship, 23rd at BMW. He's just having, a stellar couple tournaments here. Good recent form. I think you can't go wrong there.
So that's oddly enough, I think that's going to be a fade for me. And what's his ownership projected at, by the way?
12.3.
Okay. And so, we skipped right over poor Vic. $9,000 range. Who has a really good track record here is Corey Connors.
Really?
Well, I think so. I don't know. Hold on, I'll tell you.
4th on approach.
Hold on, and I'll tell you. Okay, so again, didn't play here last year. T8 in 21, which doesn't really count because I was in California, but T6 in 2020. So I mean, it's a short sample size, but T6. What's he look like? What's his approach look like? You said
For a 4th.
All right, so 4th and approach.
Now he's heavily owned, 19.9%.
Tee to green, he's ranked 4th. Ball striking, he's ranked 2nd. Off the tee, 7th, 11th. Yeah, and I think I may be looking. I took shorter date. You looking at 24?
Yeah, 20.
Yeah. Let me. I'll reframe that. I looked at 12 because I'm like, what's going on recently? And yeah, I think Corey Connors is probably. I don't think it's an outright bet for me, but I think it's absolutely I think he's a DraftKings. Well, you said he's a 20% owned though, right?
Yeah. I'm considering that for a one and done. Him and Fleetwood, I'm kind of considering for a one and done this week. So
yeah, rightfully so. Yeah, Fleetwood's probably, I guess, between the two, Fleetwood's probably the better DraftKings play. He ranks 4th, at least the past 12 weeks, or 12 rounds, excuse me. So yeah, I'm fading Cam Young here. Hatton, I don't know, no reason. Yeah, I can go to the 8,000 when you're ready.
Yep, good. Okay.
Wait a minute. Did you say you're going to play Tom Kim?
Who wouldn't? You got to sprinkle them in.
I mean, it's like, I'm literally in the last 12 rounds, he's 7th in strokes gained total, 1st tee to green, 1st in ball striking, 1st in approach, and he ranks 9th in DraftKings points. And nothing really sucks. So, yeah, I don't know how you overlook anything about Tom Kim. I think that he should be the highest owned guy in the field. The only reason he's not going to be is because somebody's going, well, his luck's got to run out sometime. And I guess if you're relying on skill versus luck, I think you're in pretty good shape.
Yep.
I'm taking the first two guys at in the $8,000 range. Keegan Bradley, Siwoo Kim. Like them both. Like what both of those guys are doing. And Siwoo, he looked good last week at the Shriners. Keegan Bradley, I mean, it is just while he may not be able to putt for shit, he's a ball striking machine. And so T7 here last year for Keegan, he elected to sit out the California Zozo event, and T13 in 2020. So that could be my play right there. Siwoo Kim T18 last year. He also elected to sit out the California event, and T37. So I like both of those guys at $8,900. I think that's a pretty solid play.
Cameron Davis, model ranked 10th, $8,500, 15.3% projected ownership on approach, 24th off the T16, putting 32nd. Shriners T37, missed the cut at Fortinet. T35 at BMW, T13 FedEx St. Jude, T14 Rockets. He's cooled off a little bit, but I like him here too. Of the approach.
Yeah, I don't know. Cam's a fade for me. Cam Davis is
You're fading all of them. You're fading all Cams.
Fading. Hey, PSA, fading all Cams this week. Fading all Cams. Yeah, I'm out. I mean, I'm taking Sahith over Cam for sure.
Okay.
I mean, it's $200 difference, but you know who I really like?
Not a Cam.
No, it is not a Cam. It is not a Cam. I like two guys, and one of them's first name starts with an M. The other one, his last name ends with an Munoz. I like Mito Munoz. Actually, it's Mito Pereira and Sebastian Munoz. Mito Pereira, I think this is the first time he's played here, but Mito has been on a little bit of a burner. Mito's been looking not too shabby. And numbers, he looks pretty good. He's 20th in strokes gained total, 10th in ball striking, 10th tee to green. He's ranked second on approach. And I'm looking at the last 12 weeks. And Mito has been on a little bit of a tear here. Fourth at the Shriners. He had a little session of miscuts there, but that's okay. And but he's gaining everything on approach. And if Mito can, if fairways aren't that important and he can gain on approach and not lose strokes putting, I mean, shit, give me some Mito, man. Give me some Mito. I think that's a solid pick for me. Sebastian Munoz is another one that I think is, so what'd you think about Munoz's performance at the President's Cup?
It was good, right? Yeah.
I thought it was good. And Munoz was T4 here last year. So I think he may be coming in on a little something. And I think it could be a little bit of a thing here for Munoz to show up again and play well at the Zozo in Japan. I think I can get behind. I think I'm going to support it. I don't know. I may not, but I think I'm going to.
You can't stop. You cannot not mention our buddy Scott Stallings. He's having difficulty falling out of the top 15. He's in the top 15 every week.
So here's what I don't know about Stallings. Let's take a look. Let's take a look about Scott. 13th Sanderson 29 Tour Championship, second at the BMW. Okay, so we're getting a little deep there. So I don't know how well I did see he sent some pictures. He sent some foot fetish pics. It just pictures of the Noble shoes, like in heading to the Zozo. I think he was out. He was off yesterday. I mean, Bermuda. He plays, he does. Would you consider a trip to Bermuda and a trip to Japan? That's two different international flights, right?
Sure. Yeah.
I don't know how well his game travels. And I'm looking and I'm thinking, okay, well, where's Scott? What's he look like at the Masters? And we really don't have a good history of that. What's he look like at I'm enjoying saying this because I'm remembering Kasamagasaki. Didn't have a showing there. And it's not negative against him. I don't know what that trip, they're 13 hours ahead or behind either way, 13 hours time difference from the East Coast. I don't know how it's going to travel. I hope it travels really well. I think that I think the course as I see it could set up really well for him. I mean, ball striking's good. Benton, Bermuda may not be, the best, and he's going to get one or the other. But yeah, so I don't know. I think in recent form, I'm going to have to sprinkle some Stallings around. So it'll be interesting to see how it travels. And I think Stallings has got a whole new, he's got a completely different year ahead of him in the sense of, what the trip to Eastlake kind of, got him into. So it's going to be a fun year to watch. I can tell you that.
Okay. Anybody else in the $8,000 range?
Nah, I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good. I mean, Hoge I don't know what I'm going to do with Hoge, but no, I think $7,000 range probably gets the most interesting to me.
Okay. Who you like there? Where you starting? Guilo?
I think, yeah, he really did me some favors this week. Thanks for bringing it up. I don't think I'm going to Grillo. I think I'm going to get off the Grillo train, and I think I'm going to go. Sepp Straka is, it looks pretty good. Last 12 rounds, 5th total strokes gained, 3rd tee to green, 6th in ball striking, 7th in approach, 3rd in DraftKings points. He's really doing nothing shitty in his last 12 rounds. So if Straka can kind of stay on a heater like this, I really like Straka here. The other
Neesmith.
Go ahead. And absolutely.
Auto ranked 19th, but T2 last week, T9 at Sanderson, missed a couple of cuts. But on approach, 15th last 24 rounds, putting 36th, 23% projected ownership, high ownership. But man, he's on a tear.
Yeah, he absolutely is. And that is, I'm trying to find my number on Neesmith. I got him at plus 5,000, by the way. And that's an outright. And I'm also I think I'm also sprinkling some Neesmith. I could see he's right there, man. I mean, it's just waiting to, right. I mean, it's there. Everything is leading to, it's going to happen.
It's gonna be a 3rd week in a row. He's going across the pond.
I don't think so. He's young. He's young. He's fine. I think he's fine. I don't have any issues there.
Where's Rory at?
He's influencing the PGA Tour that they need an off season.
Okay.
Yeah, he's out because we should have an off season.
Where he's out.
we should have an off season here at PGA Tour. Who else what's Hubbard's ownership at?
7.7.
Yeah. So I'm in on Hubbard this week. I think that's, I think in this field, I think he's playing pretty good. I think he's playing good enough. Putts really well on bent grass. Gaining strokes, 28 Shriners, 5th Sanderson, 21 Fortnite. I can get behind some Hubbard here for a little scratch. I think that's I don't think that's a horrible play if you need to. And I'm going to need to get down here. Kurt Kitayama may be a guy for me. Nomak Hughes for me. JJ Spawn is an interesting play. And I think that's what's JJ's ownership? 4.6%. So again, when I said at the top, I'm not going to be looking at ownership. I'm just picking it because the Pharaoh cards say tarot cards. Pharaoh cards, tarot cards. I don't know. Comment below. Is it Pharaoh cards or tarot cards that tell your future? Maybe it's none of the above. Maybe your future can't be told. We'd like to hear about it. We'd like to actually, if anybody listening to the show knows anyone that is a fortune teller or could read our fortune, we'd like to have them on the show, not to talk about golf, but to talk about what our future looks like in the realm of golf betting. Dan, would you be up for that?
Oh,
I'd
yeah.
be up for that.
Mhm.
So yeah, if you know somebody, leave a comment, reach out to us. Let us know. We'd love to have you on the show and talk about it. And I hope the first name is Madame. That's what I hope the first name is. No, I can get, I like a little bit of JJ Spawn here at that ownership. I think that could be a bit of a thing. Let's look at tournament history. Let's see where JJ's at. What's he at? $7,500. Okay, so he hasn't played here before. So there you go. The others, let me throw a few more out. I think Brendan Steele. What's Brendan Steele at $7,400? What's his ownership at? I think he's at
4.6.
Okay, yeah, that's a go. That's a go for me. I think that's
Streelman, he's interesting here.
wait a minute. Who did I say? I swear that said Steele. Oh, it did say Steele. Yeah, T2. Okay. A Streelman is interesting. Talk about Streelman. I gotta
Low
find
ownership, 3.1%, model ranked 11th, $7,300. T20 at Shriners, T24 at Sanderson, T59 Fortinet. On approach, 23rd in the last 24 rounds against this field, 34th in putting, 11th off the tee, 14th in shots gained total. So I mean, for that price, I think you're getting some good value with Streelman here with that ownership.
Yeah, no, I'm with it. Yeah, Brendan Steele, man, he's just for shit. Missed the Sanderson, missed Fortnite. He's losing double-digit strokes putting all the way around, which I don't know that that's going to matter because he's gaining on approach. So, yeah, okay, all right. Everything I said about Brendan Steele.
Forget it.
I can't do it. It don't look good. It don't look right. What about Bucky? What are we doing? Are we playing Bucky or are we not playing Bucky?
Bucky burned us last week, man.
I mean, won't be the last time he burns you. That's for sure.
I think he could play well here, though. Let's see. No, I mean, that approach is looking awful. I want to say that he could play well here. I don't know. I don't see it. Do you see it? It's a tougher field.
It's not in the cards for me. No, I'm skipping on Bucky. To your point, approach doesn't look good. Ball striking, it's subpar. Tee to green, strokes gained, subpar. That's a pretty good pass for me. Yeah. I'll call out. I know we got to wrap it up eventually, but I mean, I'm so close. I'm so close to finishing.
Oh boy,
so close. So here's where's the worm? Welcome to Worcester, $1.25. Here's who I like here. And I do have an outright on him. I think it's like plus 8,000 or something crazy. Matt Wallace.
Yeah.
Good
form. Yeah.
Matt Wallace is coming to this thing hot. He ranks at 14th in the model.
Mm-hmm.
T28, T21, did miss a cut, T10, and we're dating ourselves a little. I mean, that's not maybe not current. I'm looking at the past 12 rounds, and Matt Wallace, 9th total strokes gain, 9th tee to green, 2nd in short game, 3rd around the green, 3rd in putting, 8th in DraftKings points. I think this is where the lineup starts, and Matt Wallace at mid-teens ownership. I think give me Matt Wallace, baby. I think that's a starting point for a lineup, and it allows you to build up into it so you can get some of that chalk which we probably know is going to win.
Okay. I just locked it in.
Who else you got? 7,000. I think Jaeger's interesting to me. I think that could be a play. We don't need to invest our life on that one. I'm just saying, if you need to get down to 7,000, that's a play. What about Joey D? What about Joey Damon? Dameen, Joey Dameen. Is that a Joe?
T37 last week, T13 Sanderson missed a couple of cuts, 4.6% projected ownership, $7,000. Model rank 65, approach 62nd, off the T24, putting 67. I mean, if you need to, you can go there. I mean, it's not popping off the screen at me, but if you need, I mean, it's definitely in play if you need somebody in that range. If you fall like right there, you know.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I'm scrolling others as you're
Going to the $6,000 range now.
well, did we miss anybody? Is there anybody you want to
most of them.
filibuster on?
We have most of them in the $7,000 range.
Yeah, Laird,
Cam Champ is back.
Jamie, no,
Cam Champ's back.
Shank. Do you remember, like, I don't know, 3 months ago, 2.5 months ago, we were paying like $8,000 or $9,000 for Cam Champ?
Yes. Yes.
Good Lord, son. Good Lord.
Mhm.
Get back.
Get back.
I could see. I'm not saying this is going to happen, but I mean, this is the kind of place that Cam just goes out there and unloads on it and just overpowers the golf course and wedges it up there close. And and you don't have to make putts, just don't fuck the putts up. And
right.
and you got a thing. You got a thing here. So I don't know. I'm probably.
Go ahead. Keep going.
I'm probably a fade. I'm probably a fade on Cam Champ.
Yeah, me too. I do like Hayden Buckley a little bit. Model rank 12, $6,800, 16.9% projected ownership, which is very high for this range. Off the tee, third, 30th on approach, 46 putting. T20 last week, T19 week before, showing some good form there.
Yeah, Hayden Buckley looks pretty good numbers wise. I don't know. Just looking through to see where do I want to go. I think Malnati may have a decent track record here. I mean, the numbers aren't, well, around the green's fine. Short game's fine. Yeah, it's still not great. What about John? That's not oh, here's a guy. Rikia Hoshina. Rikia Hoshino.
Yes,
I'll get it.
$600. Yeah.
I mean, maybe. Let's see. Let's see. I don't know if he has any history here or not. So
why did you pick him? You just wanted to say the name.
yeah, well, I'm looking at that and I'm going like, I'm like, well, shit. How do you pronounce that? And I'm gonna have and I knew I was gonna have to sound it out. So no. Well, hold on. Rikia Hoshino, T39. He actually did make it over to California and he was T72 and then T51. I mean, I don't want any part of that, but like, I don't know. Could be. What about who? Who'd you say? Sorry, I cut you. Maybe. I don't know that I'm gonna have to get down. I mean, maybe I should get down in here. Chad Ramey has there's no history on Chad Ramey here, so it'll be about everything you're going to tell us now.
He had a ton of missed cuts in a T28 last week.
Yeah, well, hey, call it mark it a zero, Donnie.
0% protected ownership, model rank 62nd, $6,300. I'm just saying, yeah, you never know.
I mean, if you're if you got a wild hair in your ass, I mean that could be it. Who else? T7, Sam Ryder, Takumi Kanaya, T7 last year here. $6,600. I mean, if you depending on how deep you get up top, Takumi Kanaya, I mean, it could be a thing. Let's see what's Takumi doing. It's not looking good. It's not looking good. Approach, he's losing 3.5 strokes. 2.5. Yeah. That's really gonna be a thing right there. Not a thing that you want to associate yourself with. It's going to be a thing you want to stay away of. Yeah. Takumi Kanaya. I'm going to have no part of that.
Rory should be playing this thing as a Masters warm up.
I totally do too. I think it is. Is there anybody in the $6,000 range that's like that's a Masters sleeper down there that you've noticed?
No.
That look like, that plays well, and I don't see anybody down here that's really
I mean, you got Ches is 65.
Ches has been there.
I don't know why he's so cheap this week.
Ches has been there a few. Yeah, and it's the course is 77,000 yards. So I mean, it's plenty. Like he'll be long enough to get there. So that may be a good punt right there. Low ownership, right?
Yeah, 1.5. Yeah.
Yeah, Ches may be a
14th.
good.
I mean, everything's red, but he's 14th on approach.
No, I'm saying like at a 7,000 yard golf course. I mean, give me Ches all day long. Let's see. What's recent history look like for Ches?
Horrible. Like miscuts, 3 miscuts, but still we know Ches.
Is he injured? Is he hurt?
I don't know.
Wounded?
Why so cheap?
Let's see. Where you at? Where you at, Ches? So he placed, he didn't play here last year, didn't play in California, and he was 70th. That ain't good. There's only 78 players, I think. So I don't know how many there was in 2020, but yeah, that may not be a good thing.
Well, I don't know. At that price point, I think it's worth a little bit.
Could be. I'm not against it. As long as he's not hurt.
Yeah.
We got to look and see if he's hurt or not.
Yeah.
Actually, if I'm going anywhere, I think I'm probably leaning like CT Pan down here if I'm going 6,000. Okay.
Right, let's do lineup.
Enough of that madness.
So according to you, I think we're going to start with Neesmith and Matt Wallace.
I'm not against it. Hold, please. All right. Yeah, no, I think that, I mean, are you against Neesmith and Matt Wallace?
No, I think we should start right there. Where do you want to go next?
Well, we got 8750 and we can work our way up, right?
Yeah. So somebody in the low 8s, maybe? Or do you want to stay in the 7s?
No, well, I don't, you tell me how you feel.
We picked this. You really like Straka, right?
I could go Straka easy.
Okay, let's go Straka.
Now we're up to 9,000.
Yep. So I think we take somebody in the low 8s. Who you liked, Mito? Or you liked Mito, or was it Hoge? Hoge, wow. Hoge's been playing good.
Yeah, I don't know how Hoagie's, so I'm kind of in the same camp on the Stallings train. Like, I don't know how his game travels.
So you want Mito, or
I think well, so I think this is where we got to look at ownership.
Okay.
Because we're going to take a lot of chalk up top.
Yep. Okay.
And you know what? Let me look at something. Let's look at birdies. Birdies are better, real quick, because
Hatton's only 7.7% owned.
Yeah, it's a no cut event. So, so we got Neesmith, Straka, Sungjae, Dylan Fratelli. Look at Fratelli. Birdies are better gained. Let's get birdies gained. Fratelli's right there. The Tom can't, it doesn't, like, if you look at anything like sub 50 rounds, like yeah, that Tom guy, he's a real killer. We got Straka. We didn't talk about Fratelli, but Fratelli could be something. And then do we have Mito in? Is Mito in?
We haven't picked him yet, but we can.
I think it's a Mito play. I think it's a Mito play.
Yep.
What do we got left?
Got Mito.
We got 9,400 left.
We got 2 slots. So
yeah. So here's what I say. I say you pick from the $10,000 range.
Okay.
And I mean, and you can include Tom Kim, even though he's 9,700. You can include him in the elite range. Actually, you can, anybody north of 9,000, I think you should include in the elite range. So pick one of those guys, 9,000 plus.
Sungjae.
And then, yeah.
Right?
I can't get away from it.
He's model ranked first. Played 7th last week. He didn't play the week before, so he's be fine. Yeah.
I'll take the chalk. God, and look who we have left. Look who we have left.
What do we have left?
At $8,800 left. Look who we have.
Ooh.
Look who we have.
There you go. You want that one? Yeah. Lock it in.
I mean, I'm not opposed. Are you?
No, I'm good. I'm done. Now I'm done.
And I'm spent. So we did not save any money on this one, but I don't know. It may not be a bad thing.
No.
We'll see. I feel good about that. I think that's I think it's a comprehensive lineup that's kind of gotten across all categories and such, and we'll see how that goes.
All right. One and done.
Well, you were the wiener. You were the big wiener.
I did. I had Sungjae last week, so I came in like what was it?
270 T7 or something. 270 grand in winnings, and I think you were T7 ish.
Yeah, 270 grand. Yep.
Yeah, I had Emiliano Grillo, and I think I came in at like DFL, and I got like basically I had to buy my own cocktail.
That's right. That's right.
Buy my own drink. Buy my own drink.
All right. I'm going Fairway Jesus.
Ooh.
Mhm.
One. I don't even know. Do your best English accent.
Some fish and chips. I'm not a really big accent guy.
Well,
I can't do. I like them, but I just can't do them.
I'm going to ride your coattails, your coattails, and I'm not going to do my best Korean accent because I got a real Korean to do that. But I'm going Sungjae Im. Give me Sungjae.
Okay.
And Sungjae money is short this week, but he's getting a sprinkle. Sungjae's getting a little sprinkle because I think he's got this Tommy Ice bug up his ass, and he's like, I was supposed to be. Do you know how hard I've worked and what I've been doing out here? And you're just out here fucking setting them up and knocking them, like, set them up, Joe. I'm walking the floor.
Mhm.
And it not to be argued with. There you go. Okay. So anything else to talk now? Stop listening if you're listening, because the shit we're going to say after this is not worth listening to. And you could easily get offended. We'll take all the hate mail you want to send us. If you're not subscribed, you should be. If you didn't like the show, and we'll even take one of those. And let's see, what else should we say? Share this with a friend. Leave a comment. Or DM us on who we should send a sample to. What we'd really like to do is we'd like to get some folks on the show. Some, not necessarily folks that you know, just folks. And we'd like to have a drink with them. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes. You may get a glass. You may not. You may get a sample. You may not. You may just get a invitation that says, hey, here's what we're going to do. We're going to get on here and we're going to talk for 15 minutes and shoot the shit like we're at the bar.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
I don't know. See where it goes. All right. Closing that out, Dan, but I'm just going to refill like this.
Oh boy. Where's red?
What I said was, you can't offend me.
No. Mm-mm.
And we'll take your personality every time.
Exactly.
Like, well, I guess you crawfished on that one. Number 2, I don't know what else is going on. What are you doing this week? Where are you at?
Well, right now I'm in Charlotte. I think the President's Cup's in town, so I'm here. Gonna go play Valhalla. No, it's not. But I am in Charlotte. I'll be here for a couple of days, but it was a nice day today. And then back to Raleigh later in the week. Yeah, not much going on. Just football, golf.
Oh, speaking of, I knew you'd leave me there. You think Tua's going to actually get to come back? So the guy that discovered I'm no doctor, obviously.
I know.
It's like he should not play again, and that guy's really advocating for this, right? Because I think it was like a spinal neck cord thing back here. It wasn't like a concussion. It was like a connection of your spine into your neck. So, I mean, I don't know. And then Bridgewater goes out.
Yeah.
Bridgewater gets hurt.
Yeah.
I mean, what looked like the shining glory of your what you can remember adult life. The Dolphins actually have it, and Tyreek Hill goes out.
The best thing about it is we're not the Steelers.
Well, Kenny Pickett could be something. I'm just saying. Hold on, wait a minute. What was the Dolphin's name? What was the Dolphin's name, by the way? The Dolphin.
The Dolphin in Ace Ventura?
Yeah. Was it Giggles? Blue?
Snowflake.
What?
Snowflake, I think, wasn't it?
What is it?
Snowflake.
Oh, Snow.
I think it was Snowflake, wasn't it? You would laugh there. Now we are going to offend some people.
No. This is from a proper movie. It was the Dolphin. If you haven't seen it, it was the Miami Dolphins. It was definitely Snowflake. It was their mascot, and somebody stole Snowflake. Oh, yep, it was Snowflake. Oh, listen, I'm writing this down. My next year's fantasy football team name is going to be something around Snowflake. And if that doesn't ring a bell, then you could be like laces out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit. That tickled me right there. I can't. That's not what I was thinking that it was, but now that you said it, I know that's what it is. And oh no, love me some Snowflake. Love me some Snowflake. Okay, let's see. We're getting so this professionally speaking, even though we're not professionals, we're getting closer to nailing down a golf tournament. It's going to be a birdies and bourbon golf tournament. I don't know. I think we may do something crazy, like how much bourbon can you drink and how many birdies can you not score? Because apparently Madamski has he doesn't think I can make a birdie. Just saying. Number 3, we love you, Coat. And number 4, I think I'm looking forward to the fall, and we're going to be playing a lot of golf. I did take the weekend off. I had a little foot injury here. Not nothing bad. Nothing's going to set him back, and he'll be sound. But just taking a little break. And I mean, after last week, played a lot of golf last weekend.
You said you want to talk baseball. When did you want to talk about baseball?
Oh, Braves clinch. Braves clinch. Do you think that the Braves? Do you think they're doing this because they took the All-Star game away from Atlanta a couple years ago, and they said, we're going to jeopardize everybody. Everybody going to get jeopardized.
Yeah.
And even the small business, maybe minority owners, are going to get chastised for this. This is not a political show, by the way. I just think it's a thing, because Braves said Braves win. Braves win.
Yeah. They're the team to beat, man. They're the team to beat.
What do you think? Over under? You going over that they win?
I think they got the good momentum. I like them. Yeah, that's who I'm rooting for.
Yeah. So am I. It's good to see. I'm still a little bitter and pissed off about the fact that I can't walk to the stadium anymore. I can. So now when I'm walking through the hood, all I wind up is more hood.
Yeah.
I never make it to the Braves stadium.
Yeah.
No, and that's, I mean, I like to live where I live, so I'm okay with it. It's fine, but it does kind of rub me the wrong way. It takes a lot of effort for me to get to Truist Park Stadium. Yeah, but anyway, yeah, no. So I think they win. Is there any chance Aaron Judge fails a drug test?
Maybe.
Is
Aaron Judge going to be the new
poster boy?
Poster boy, yeah, poster boy. Lance Armstrong.
Ooh.
Oh.
I don't know how many
Snowflakes.
how many snowflakes is he still holding on to? I'm not disrespecting anybody on that, but I think I mean, maybe what if he comes out and says, what if he could it be a thing? He does not look nearly as
No.
I mean, those guys, something happened, right? And yeah, how old is he? 25, 24?
Something like that, right?
Yeah, yeah. And you had like 30, like late 30-year-olds, maybe. Well, wasn't McGuire like in his 40s? And he was still like cranking on
30. Aaron Judge is 30. Yeah.
Okay, he's 30. All right. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'd say everybody needs a little help every now and then.
There you go.
I don't know. Before you go, I'll tell you what I'm watching. I'll give you a chance to think about it.
Oh boy.
SEE. It's the Jason Momoa. Good one. By the way, I didn't know he broke up with Lenny Kravitz's wife.
I didn't either.
Well, it's a thing. They ain't together no more. And I think Zoe is the daughter. And oddly enough, I think Zoe is palling around with Momoa, like friends, okay. and was a father figure kind of thing. I don't know, squirrely stuff. What do you remember off the top of your head? Kravitz's gal's name or his ex-wife's name?
It's like a French style name, right?
Yeah, I know.
Mona.
I know. Hold on, yeah. I'll find it.
Lisa Monet.
Lisa Monet. Lisa Monet. Perfect. Yes. So that's done, and now the daughter's like, oh, I just want to stay with him. I don't know. I not calling anything out, just saying it's a thing.
Bonet.
Yeah, with a B.
With a B. You're wrong. You're right. I was wrong. Yeah.
Well, hey, hold that. I'm gonna mark that one down. Hey, hold on. Mark that down. Hey, that won't happen again this year. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. So that's a good one. Oh, what about the shrink next door, the office guy? Shit, I want to say Corolla, but it ain't Corolla. Corella.
Steve Carell
is in this show on iTunes. Have you been watching that one? I think it's the shrink next door. Oh, fuck, dude.
I've heard it.
No. It is. Do you watch the Dahmer? Dahmer? No. Dahmer.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I haven't seen it. Was it good?
You should watch the Steve Carell, like the Shrink Next Door or whatever it's called. It's a completely different character for Steve Carell, which he has played before, and he does a really good job at. And yes, Shrink Next Door, I think, is if you need some downtime and you need some away from sports time, or there are no sports on, I think it's a great. Or if your significant other, be it a he said, she said, or they both said, I think it's a great compromise, and you should enjoy it. If not, just look at your phone the whole time and do random Instagram stuff on birdies_bourbon.
There you
go. So that's a good one. I don't know. What you got?
I'm not really watching any TV shows right now. I'm waiting for, I don't know, just waiting for some new stuff to come out, but not just watching sports for the most part, out of Korea. I want to see the new Stallone one that's coming out in a couple of weeks or whenever,
I was a little pissed off about that, by the way.
Why?
I haven't seen it. And no, my neighbor did not. She was not the set designer for that one. She didn't follow Sly around. Well, because they released that so early, and now I see nothing. They released it like a couple of months ago, call it 6 or 8 weeks ago, and now I haven't seen anything else about it except what I remember about it, that it's coming out in November. So I wonder what the marketing play is on that. I like the engagement play, because have you seen any recent like drops? No, we had a few, like 4, 6, 8, I don't know, whatever it was ago. And then we got nothing else, right?
Yeah, no, I haven't seen much about it. No, I'm looking forward to it.
I'm looking forward to it too. Do you think it'll compete with The Sopranos? Because it's a mobster mafia kind of, that's the premise. You think it'll compete?
Yeah, it'd be good.
Mm-hmm. Ooh. I'm gonna hold you to that.
I hope so.
What else we got?
That's it, man. Got some good golf coming up. I mean, what time we have to wake up to watch this thing?
No, you don't. It's going to be on at like 8 o'clock, 8 p.m. 7 or 8 p.m. on Wednesday.
Okay.
It's going to be on.
Okay.
So you have to stay up late to finish it.
Okay. Can do that. I can do that. What kind of cup is that?
Ooh. It's a little
oh yeah.
It's a Sweetens cup from the road sign.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I like that. That's cool. Yeah.
And we're getting so close to actually being able to have a tournament out there.
Good.
Can't be out. I hope this isn't live. We're good. It's not live.
Huh?
It's not live. This is good.
This is live.
Oh shit. Hey, we love you too, Cope. Let me think. What's there's a couple things.
No, we're not live, Cal. We're not live. No, say whatever you want.
No, perfect. So I'm gonna just let it go. I'm gonna let it go. That'll be perfect. Okay, so you're in Charlotte. You're down there on official business.
Mm-hmm.
Where are you heading for dinner tonight, or what are you recommending people to go to for dinner tonight?
Oh man, I don't know. I'm probably just gonna stay near the hotel over here and get something local. But yeah, where do I like to go? I like to go to like Midtown Smokehouse, but I'm not close enough to that one. Like right now, I like the one there. Yeah, that kind of stuff. Yeah, that's probably my go-to in Charlotte's kind of eating some barbecue or whatnot.
Midtown Smokehouse. What's the part? What's the place over by South Park, like back behind the mall back there, that had the little tapas place? Remember that one?
Yeah, I don't know the name of it though, but yeah, that was fun.
I always forget it. Yeah, I wonder if they're still open. So
yeah,
we'll have to get there soon. All right. Well, enough rambling, or unless you want to ramble, it's up to you.
No, we're good. I think we've been going for a while. So what is this one? Like an hour and what is it?
No, what we said was we're going to keep this one short.
That's right.
We did. I left a disclaimer of turn this shit off. You ain't going to want to listen to the back half of this stuff.
Right. Yeah.
And if you do, you should
your bottle. Pretty close. That's some good stuff. ASW's got some real good stuff.
But this bottle is garage.
Oh, had a friend played Pinehurst last weekend.
Ooh, what they say?
And he played number 8, and he said that the redo on 8 was great. He said it's a great way. He was playing awesome. So,
Hunter. We need a date, and I know he said it's busy, but we want to go play 8. Yeah. We can go do that. We need to get Martha back on the fix too. Get Martha. Let me think of who else is. Somebody wrote me the other. Oh, you know who wrote? A friend. I'm not going to say the name, but if you listen, you know who you are. From a friend from Big Cedar Lodge, which was where they did the Tiger and the Phil, and Tiger did the thing. So we got a little bit of a connection there. Well, we have a connection there. So we'll see how that goes. And our friends from Vegas hitting greens. Man, he can hunker right down on the back of a golf cart and be like it was nobody. You know what he loved? Hitting greens. We're at Sweeten's. I don't know, recently, and he said, "Oh, this guy handed me these Mura blades," and I don't ever look. I don't ever look at them as blades, but I don't know. I guess they are. People say, "Oh, well, those are blades." I don't know. We'll see what Tattersall has to say about that at the end of the week.
Nice. All right.
Okay.
Yeah. Braves. Go Braves. When do they play next? When do they play next? You know?
Tuesday, 1:00, 1 p.m. 1 p.m.
Are you going?
1 p.m.
You gonna go to the game?
I mean, I'm pretty much at every game. I just don't post it because I don't want to get fired from my day job.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty much at every game, and I sit down in the dugout down in Death Valley down there. And I shouldn't say Death Valley, but I sit down in the dugout and I pretty much just watch the thing. And they're like, "Hey, you know what? The one thing you have to do if you're here is not tell people that you're here."
Nice.
So yeah, so I'll head up. And there's this really good Chinese buffet right up there. And I ain't a buffet kind of guy. I mean, I don't belly up to the buffets. I will assure you. But there's this one. There is this one that is so good. And literally, my friend, she's like, "Oh, no, we got you. So I'm like, okay. And then I can just walk down to the Devil's Den down there. And they're like, the one thing you can't do is take pictures. I'm like, okay, I won't take any pictures. Allegedly. Allegedly.
Cool.
I don't know. I'm going to sleep on it. I got a lot of stuff to do. I think I got a dentist appointment. Who knows?
Good stuff. All right.
Until next time.
Cheers.
Be sure to like us. Be sure to follow us. And I don't know, leave negative comments. We're perfectly okay with that. Dan, are you being sensitive this year, or is this a year that you're not being so sensitive?
No, bring it.